they will join with the time. Okay. Hope you all can hear me.
Yes, madam.
Okay.
Yes, madam.
Okay. First of all, I will explain because yesterday students asked about the examination procedure. Let me to show because very first day I have shared this one. Hope you all have received. Very first lecture. Yeah. I hope this one. Yeah. Introduction to Microeconomics. So here. Here, very first day, I explain about intended learning outcomes. Then afterwards, I explain about contents. So here we finish introduction, demand and supply, elasticity, theory of consumer choice. 3 sections are remaining now. Today I do theory of markets. Afterwards, production and cost. Production portion we have done with average production, marginal production, production possibility curve. I think you all remember these all. And cost I will do today. So theory of markets, cost I will do today. Then applications we have to do tomorrow. And hopefully day after tomorrow, I think we can finish all. Okay. So in the assessment I told, according to your information given by your institute, you have to conduct 2 quizzes and 3 assignments. But when I talked with your coordinator, she told 3 assignments also are okay. But I will see. If not so, I can give you online 2 quizzes. Or I'll ask from her if 3 assignments, because we have already given 2 assignments, isn't it? Hello?
Yes, madam.
Yes, madam.
Okay. Because today I am using my mobile data. If any problem, please inform me, okay? Because some internet problem here. Okay, so as in semester exam, 60%. Okay, since we have 2 more days to do, I'll ask whether it is important to necessary to consider 2 quizzes again, or I'll give another assignment and I'll take all 40 from these assignments. I will ask. Okay, then end semester examination structure, part 1, MCQ. 30 minutes, I will give you 20 questions. Then all questions to be answered. Then marks 10%. That means only for the part 1 MCQ. Then part 2 essay, 90 minutes are there. You have to answer 5 questions. Normally, I'll give you 7 questions. No. Out of 5, you have to write 4. Yes. Then we have to, I will give you question 1 and 2 compulsory. Then other 2 you can select as you wish. Then out of 5, you have to write 4, including question 1 and question 2. Then 45. Then voice or boss examination, oral. 15 minutes per student will be allocated, and all oral you have to answer, and 5. That is the way of you are getting 60 for your end semester examination, semester end examination. Okay, 60. I've shared the initial one. Did you find this? With the section 1, I have shared these all. Okay, 40% and 60%. Then just I started all introduction. Hope you all have received. Nathya, innavadu? exam structure. I think you didn't read. Huh? Okay. So hope you got a slight idea about your exam, isn't it?
Yes, madam. We got an idea.
Okay, please ready accordingly. Let us start today's session, session 12, theory of markets. Okay, today I plan to finish to the section 12 and 13. If you can't understand, tell me, okay, because here also we need to do only one section. Because these all are theory, okay, theory portion, theory of markets, okay. Here you need to understand market structure basically under theory of markets. Then in market structure, you will learn perfect competition, what are the characteristics of perfect competition, profit maximization, and imperfect competition, monopoly, and profit maximization under monopoly, oligopoly, monopolistic. Okay, so these all are basic structure of the market, different structure. Okay, now we'll see first of all what is the market. In economics, you know, market means a social system through which the sellers and purchasers or buyers or customers of a commodity or a service. Many students forget this word, okay, product or service, commodity or service. Service also should be there, okay. No need to use the same wordings, but remember the idea or meaning. So market means social system through which the sellers and purchasers or sellers and buyers of a commodity or a service or group of commodities and services. Sometimes not only a commodity, maybe a group of commodities and services can interact with each other. Okay, so these all explains what market is. Okay, so simply we can see market is a place where consumers and producers are met. Or market is a place where all marketing functions are operated. Different functions are there. Buying, selling, storing, okay, processing, different functions. Another thing, a place where the main transactions are occurred. Transactions mean receiving and giving money. Okay, so these all you need to understand very carefully when you think about a market. Okay, but market is maybe an actual or nominal place. Why am I saying that way? So, actual place means you can see the place actually. But sometimes it may be a nominal because let's say eBay or that different marketing systems are there. Okay, so online marketing. So we can't see the place there, but by name it's a market. Okay, so that's why Daras or this type of thing products we can order and it comes, but we don't know where the place is. Okay, but it's a market. So it for the basically in the market where forces of demand and supply operates and buyers and sellers interact. Maybe they can interact directly or maybe through intermediaries. I think you remember the marketing. That means sometimes we can the producer can directly connect to the consumer, or producer send the product or service to the consumer through a channel or through different actors, wholesalers, retailers. Okay, so that's why directly or through intermediaries to trade good service or maybe contracts, maybe some instruments, for money or barter. I think you may have heard about barter system. In ancient time, people exchange goods instead of exchanging money. Okay, let's say I need a cow. I can exchange my, let's say, goat. The value should be similar for cases, and I can sell my goat and take a cow. So likewise, they are exchanging their products, not the money. Okay, so here you can see some pictures. See, these are actual markets. Weekly market, street markets, night markets. In Thailand or other countries, night markets are very popular. Okay, and see here, these are also markets, online markets. Okay, though we don't know the place where it operates, but it exchanges goods and services. Okay, so in common language, market means a place where goods are purchased. However, in economics, markets means an arrangement which establishes effective relationship between buyers and sellers. Okay, so I am giving different words. You can take the idea and you can remember. Okay, now let us move to learn about market structure. Okay, when we consider the structure, it says perfect, imperfect, monopoly. Okay, so basically here, monopoly we can take as imperfect competition. Actually, there in market structure, basically we can put it as two, perfect and imperfect. These all comes under imperfect. But monopoly also some different types of imperfect competition. So some market structure, they kept as separate point, but some books you can see market structure is divided basically into two, perfect and imperfect. Then under imperfect, monopoly, monopolistic, oligopoly, duopoly, these all are there. Okay, so in our case, we learn if you, both are correct. Market structure, perfect, imperfect, and the imperfect, these all are there. Or market structure, perfect, imperfect, or monopoly. Then under imperfect, monopolistic, oligopoly, duopoly is there. Okay, now we will see the meaning of these by one. Okay, so again, you can see the market structure. First, we'll understand perfect. Here, they divided into two, perfect, imperfect. Perfect competition, then imperfect, monopolistic, oligopoly, monopoly. Okay, so here what you need to understand, from here to here, most competitive, because perfect competition is there. But here to here, in monopoly, when you are learning the characteristics, you will be able to understand what is monopoly, less competitive. Very few, monopoly, only one seller. Okay, oligopoly, few sellers, monopolistic. So likewise, from here most competitive, here less competitive, because no so many markets are there here to compete. Okay, here just like a monopoly. Okay, if somebody is doing by his or her own, we are telling like he's doing like he's just operating it like a monopoly. Okay, one person. So market structure, see, perfect, monopolistic, oligopoly, monopoly. So different characteristics are there. Since I got this from internet, so not so clear, we'll explain one by one. Okay. Perfect competition. So clearly understand. If you have any problems, please ask. Okay. So in perfect competition, you can understand is a market structure in which large number of sellers sell a homogeneous product at uniform price. Okay, different characteristics are there. We can see what are they. So large number of sellers are there. Sell homogeneous product. No huge differentiation is there in the products in perfect competition at uniform prices. Okay, what we have learned, all this demand function, supply function, market equilibrium, where demand equals supply. Okay, and if price continuously increasing, what will happen? So these all we are discussing while thinking that it's a perfect competition. Firms are price takers under perfect competition. That means firms decides price based on the demand and supply. Okay. So perfect competition.
Madam, what is a homogeneous product?
Sorry.
What is a homogeneous product, madam?
Homogeneous means not different. I mean same. Let's say agricultural products. Okay, not so much difference in these products. More or less similar. Let's all human beings are by appearance they are alike. One nose, two eyes, one mouth. Okay, so likewise the opposite is heterogeneous. Different vast difference are there. Let's say in car company. Okay, in car or gas or any other monopolistic or monopoly situation, when you are learning other structures, it will be easy for you to understand homogeneous means more or less similar product. Very good question. Now understood?
Yes, madam.
Okay. I mean, no vast differences, changes are there. Mainly in perfect competition, all are homogeneous products, means more or less similar products. Okay. And uniform prices are there. One bread means exact price. Okay. But if it's saying car or any other market, lot of heterogeneity is there. Different brands are coming. Okay. With very much price differentiation. One may be 1 lakh, another may be 100 lakhs. Okay, likewise 1 million. So very huge price differences. But normally in perfect competition, homogeneous products we can take at uniform price. Okay, very good. When you are having any question, clarification, please ask. So now we will see the characteristics of perfect competition. Hope you can see the screen clearly. Okay?
Yes, madam, we can see.
Okay, thank you. So large buyers and sellers are there. Just remember normal market. Okay? Large number of buyers and sellers. Homogeneous product. Product is not so different. Okay? And free entry, free exit. That means if I need to sell my tomato, I can enter to the market. If I don't like or if I feel I can't get profit from my tomato selling or potato selling, I can exit from the market. No barrier, no license. Okay, like let's say just to just drive a car, we need to take a license. But just to enter to the perfect market, perfect competition, no need any authorized document. Okay, so we can freely enter, we can freely exit. Then perfect knowledge about prices and technology. People know what is the exact price of bread or what's the exact price of 1 kilo of rice. Okay, but normally perfect competition, this normally in developing countries, perfect knowledge we can't observe. Sometimes, vast differentiation also there in price in some cases. Okay? But normally we believe that perfect knowledge of prices and technology. No extra transportation cost. That means all are still, I mean, in the marketplace, you can take freely. No need to go another place to buy your product because lot of products are available in the market in perfect competition. Okay, so no artificial restriction.
Recording in progress.
Perfect knowledge, perfectly elastic demand curve. I think now you know the meaning. Huh? Perfectly elastic means, could you please tell me parallel to the x-axis or parallel to the y-axis? Just remember, perfectly elastic. දැන් මතක් වෙන්න ඕනේ මම කියපු උදාහරණෙත් එක්ක. Perfectly elastic. Parallel to the x or parallel to the y?
X,
Sorry?
Y,
Parallel to the
Y.
elastic. Elastic එක අදින්න මොන පැත්තටද කියලා මම කොහොමද මතක තියාගන්නේ කියලා. Do you remember?
X.
Very good. Parallel to the x-axis. Okay. Yes. Sahasta gave the answer first. Yes. Everybody now we on their x-axis. Yes. Very good. So we have to have a line parallel to the x-axis if perfectly elastic demand curve. Why perfectly elastic demand curve in perfect competition? Because price is fixed. That's why for a particular product, price for one exact price is there. You can imagine the curve parallel to the x-axis. So we can have price. At that price, consumers can demand different quantities. Okay? Price is very sensitive to demand. They are changing. If huge demand, it can be changed very quickly. Quantity. Okay? Because price increases, quantity demand decreases. So normal, I think, demand theory, you know very well. Then perfect mobility of factors of production. All land can be mobilized, labor can be mobilized from one enterprise to another, capital or machinery, money we can mobilize in or any operation, freely mobilize. Okay, and no government intervention. We hypothesize that only demand and supply decides the price. No government intervention. But normally in the market, government fix ceiling prices, floor prices to regulate the market. Okay? So we are thinking in perfect market, perfect competition, firm is the price taker. Okay? So that's why in perfect competition, these all in words. That's why I told afterwards we have to learn a lot of theory. Okay? A market is said to be perfect competition. These are the same thing. Okay? Homogeneous product, large number of buyers and sellers. See with pictures. Buyers, sellers, many number of buyers. See, normal markets you can see. Anybody can enter to this market, anybody can go out of the market. Any producer can enter to produce and start their stall, or if he just feel it is not profitable, he can go away from the market. Okay, so these are the means perfect competition. Okay, see here, homogeneous, identical or perfect substitutes. We have identical products. Okay, this is identical, this is identical. So no much differentiation in these products. Then differentiated products, similar but not identical. See, different types bicycles we have. Okay, and here see Lifebuoy, Lux, Dove. So different. That's the product differentiation. The same product in different way. Okay, so in the perfect condition, I told price is uniform as product of the different sellers in the market are homogeneous. So they are not changing. Let's say if you go to the market, no drastic price changes you can observe because price is determined by the forces of demand and supply or buyers and sellers biddings in the market and accepted by all sellers. That's why all sellers are the price takers in the market. So the firms under perfect competition are called price takers. Okay, so here you can see price takers have no option but to charge the ruling market price. They have to pay the market price. Price makers means able to fix own prices, like monopoly, you can see. Because no other competitors, they can fix their own price. If the gas cylinder is 1,000, we have to buy because no more sellers. If petrol or diesel or oil under any cost, we have to buy because no more producers. If one person's price is high, the price is high, we can go for another seller. If one person's onion is at high prices, we can go for another seller because there are many sellers. But in other markets, you can observe after learning, we can't do like this. If laugh gas is high, we don't have any option. Okay, only the gas is gas. Okay? We can't go for many shops to buy gas, different producers. So price leaders means market leaders, all price changes are followed by rivals. That means rivalry is there. Sometimes some product differentiation. Okay, so at that time, people can, let's say, Lux and Lifebuoy or any other products, they can put different small change prices, maybe 2 rupees gap, maybe 3 rupees gap. Okay, and sometimes some other people can follow this price. Okay, price leaders, let's say market firm or producers fix the price, and other people or other producers should follow that price. Okay, so that's normally the condition in the market. So in the competition, a perfect competition, I told free entry, free exit. Any firm can enter or leave the industry. Okay, so because in the long run, we are learning the short run and long run both. They are earning normal profits, not extraordinary profits like gas or like shale gas or any other petroleum corporations. Okay, in these normal products, they are earning normal profits. If the existing firms are earning supernormal profits like monopoly, new firms would be attracted to enter to the industry and increase the total supply. That's why no firm under perfect competition will get supernormal profits. Okay, so that's why if some company is getting supernormal or abnormal profits, another company can enter and give at lower prices. This will reduce the market price because a lot of supply is there, supply is increasing, again, price is decreasing. Then the supernormal profit will not sustain. That people will think, if my price is high, nobody will come to my market, to my firm, to buy products. So I have to put a fair price acceptable by all. Okay. So on the other hand, if the existing firm incurs supernormal loss, then firm would leave the industry. Then what will happen? Supply is decreasing because firms are going away because they are losing. Then again, price is price. I think in your syllabus you don't have a cobweb theory. I didn't see. Okay. So in cobweb model, if time is there, I'll explain. I think no need because your syllabus didn't contain that one. For our faculty students, first years under microeconomics, we are teaching cobweb model. Okay. So when price fluctuates, it clearly shows how supply and demand changes without changing the curves, demand and supply curves. Okay, if time is there, I'll just teach you this as well, just for your knowledge. You can understand clearly the demand and supply curves. Okay, so if supernormal, abnormal profits, new markets will come just to get the profits. Then more supply, reduce price. Then if firms are losing, they will go away because free entry, free exit. If they go away, supply is reducing, less supply, high price. Then again, the same condition occurs like a cycle. Okay. So in the perfect competition, in the pictures, you can see come in, free entry, go out, free exit. Okay, they can go, they can enter or exit. Okay, here firms can enter or exit in the market without any restrictions. Okay, see, they can go. Here also he can go, we can go. Again, he can enter. Okay, the number of firms in the market adjust until economic profits are zero. Till they are getting profits, they are in the market. But when they are losing, they are going away from them. Okay, so any firm, the goal is maximizing profit. Okay, but in perfect condition, perfect market also same. But we observe, we hypothesize that no government regulations. There is no government intervention. Okay, perfect mobility of factors. So same thing I am just elaborating again. All resources can be mobilized. Laborers can move between jobs, locally or internationally. Okay, perfect knowledge we observe. We expecting individual buyer and seller have perfect knowledge, exact knowledge about market and information. And it is given free of cost. But in actual markets, we are not getting information free of cost. Sometimes to the extension officers also we have to pay. Okay, so these all I think theory you can read. So transportation cost. Normally we assume in perfect competition, transportation cost is zero. Price of the product is not affected by the cost of transportation. In normal situation, but cost is very high, transportation cost. Then they will add that one also to the price of the product. Okay. So perfectly elastic demand curve, as I explained, parallel to the x-axis. Demand curve reflected by average revenue curve. Okay, till now we didn't discuss about the revenues because next I will discuss after doing this 2 sections I will move to profit maximization. Then you can understand about revenue. Okay. And this revenue curve is perfectly elastic, meaning that firm can sell as much as it want at the ruling market price. Then you can imagine that picture. One price, let's say 10 rupees. The line is parallel to the x-axis. So that price is fixed for any product. Okay. So since price is uniform and given under perfect competition, both, that means average revenue and marginal revenue become equal. Till now you know average product and marginal product. Okay. Today you will learn average cost, marginal cost. And tomorrow you will learn average revenue and marginal revenue. Okay, gradually we will learn these concepts. But if one thing you know, average product, marginal product, so marginal cost, so the base is same. If you know the concept, just add the wordings only. Average revenue instead of average product, marginal product, average product. Okay, so these all I think you can understand clearly. So this all with the pictures, perfect knowledge and all. So see your answer. Okay. So demand curve. In this profit, normally we are considering average revenue equals marginal revenue. When I'm teaching this, you will get more insights on this. Okay. Now we'll move to imperfect competition. Is it clear? Perfect competition, at least some idea did you get? Or any questions?
Yes, madam.
Understood?
Yes.
Okay, very good. So after reading also, if you have any questions, you can ask. Okay, during your study leave period also, if you have any, because some students may understand, some students may not. So because there are 38 students, maybe 38 brains, no capacity. Sometimes one may understood quickly, some may take time. Okay, it's okay. So imperfect competition here, especially we are learning monopoly. Okay, here monopoly in our condition we can take share gas and other thing, but here this one I got from the internet. So they told New Zealand Post for postal services. Okay, so their one is the monopoly, only one post is there. So we need to remember firm is one that produces the entire market supply of a particular good or service. Okay, but in our country, normally postal services we are not considering as monopoly. Okay, so our country monopoly or share gas, the petroleum. Okay, so these all have, more or less, not lot of sellers, not one producer. Then all should rely on this producer. All consumers should go to that producer. No any other alternatives. Okay, duopoly means two. Normally, two firms supply a particular product. Okay, so in Sri Lankan condition, two firms, can you get some idea about duopoly situation?
Petrol, madam.
Sorry?
Gas, petrol, IUCN law from
yes,
CPEC.
yes, duopoly, no, two firms. Then oligopoly, but they put under petrol oligopoly because few large firms supply all or most of a particular product. Few firms. Duopoly, two firms. Monopoly, only one firm. Oligopoly, few firms. Banks, okay, no? Supermarket chains, okay. Petrol also, I think we can take because few large firms. What are the related to petrol? What are the firms we can discuss?
In Sri Lanka, isn't it duopoly, madam?
Yes, I think in Sri Lanka we can take duopoly. But in others, yeah, because this the internet, normal other countries may be oligopoly, few markets, but we have only two. No? In monopolistic situation, we can observe many firms are there, but they supply different product, differentiated products. Okay, like toothpaste, so biscuits. So they have many firms, but more or less different product differentiation can occur. Okay, sometimes different shape of the biscuits, different taste of the biscuits. Okay, so we'll see one by one, then you can get more idea on that. The monopoly refers to the market situation where there is one seller and no close substitutes. So in our country, what may be the example? Only one seller.
Laughs.
Huh?
Normal shops.
Sorry? Which shops?
One cent.
Yes,
Sri Lanka Railway.
Yes, railway we can take, no? And how about laugh gas?
Isn't it duopoly, madam? Like Litrogas is there.
Yeah, two companies, Ravindu. I also think that. But before we had only one major company, but now we have two, no? We can take duopoly. I think likewise we can think which type, because sometimes some monopoly may change to duopoly if one another firm adds. Okay? Before ancient time, when we learned, laugh gas is the monopoly situation. But now, so likewise, we can change the situation and we can understand who is or which firm has one seller. So monopoly is a firm of market structure where there is a single seller producing a commodity having no close substitute. If we don't have butter, we have margarine substitutes. Okay? But in a monopoly, no close substitutes. Okay? The word monopoly is derived from Greek words mono and poly. Mono means single, poly means seller. Okay? So single, seller. See monopoly. Just one supplier. They are controlling prices. No competition. Very hard to enter. Controls price. So these all are opposite to the perfect situation. Okay, monopoly. So if we consider monopolistic, because sometimes word is similar. Okay. So in monopolistic, are you studying agriculture marketing or marketing subject in your syllabus? Marketing thing?
Not yet, madam.
Not yet. No, okay. You are still in first year, maybe in second year. Okay. So large number of firms are there in monopolistic, but monopoly only one firm. Free entry and free exit, like perfect situation in monopolistic as well. But here very hard to enter. Some control over price. See, that is the difference between monopolistic and perfect situation. In perfect market, no control over price. Only producers and consumers are thinking about the price based on demand and supply. Heavy expenditure on advertisements. That is very important in monopolistic competition. You can see huge advertisements, let's say soap or any other very different product differentiation is very common in monopolistic situation. So product variation is there. Okay, sometimes face wash, the same maybe hand wash, face wash, maybe leg wash. Okay, different variations are there. That's why product differentiation in monopolistic situation. But you can compare. If you know the characteristics, you can compare this with any other market structure. Okay. So single seller, large number of buyers. Okay. So firm faces no competition because one seller, neither. So though there are a large number of buyers, no single buyer can influence the monopoly price by his action because there are many buyers. But single seller can influence the price because no more sellers. Okay. If one buyer is going away from the product, the goods, after realizing it's very high cost, but other buyers will buy. No influence. Okay. No close substitutes. Under monopoly, there is no close substitute for the product sold by the monopolist. Okay. So this Professor Boydin, another professor, is explaining pure monopolist is therefore a firm producing a product which has no substitute among the product of any other firms. Okay. So restrictions to free entry, free exit. Nobody can enter because it's a huge cost. So see here monopoly. One person is ruling. Okay. So there are some advantages and disadvantages as well. Okay. Advantages, we can see avoid wasteful duplication. Sometimes, different, even computers, even any other products, many duplications are coming because many sellers can enter and they can produce as they wish. No control. Okay. So, if we consider these are the advantages, domestic monopolies can become dominant in their own territory and then penetrate overseas markets, earning very huge revenues because they are the only sellers. Advantages. But disadvantages restrict output. No abundantly output is available, charging high prices, reducing consumer surplus. Okay, you can remember consumer surplus is very low under monopoly situation because the profit and extraordinary profit is to the producer. You may remember government can give more surplus to consumer after controlling the price. You may remember dead weight loss, consumer surplus, producer surplus. We have learned this all. Okay. So only producer surplus here, no consumer surplus. So restricting the choices for consumers. Consumers have no choice, only one seller. So consumer sovereignty, that means the freedom is producing. Okay, so these all are under monopoly situation. So the producer is the price maker. He is having fully control over the supply of his products. Okay, then possibility of price discrimination. Okay, so price discrimination means where a single seller sells the same commodity at two different prices in two different markets at the same time. Okay, the monopoly, if one firm is there, no other control or any other competition from other markets, then that producer can sell one and only product at different prices in two markets at the same time. Okay, so that market cannot come because maybe though let's say in Matara and Jaffna, they can sell at two prices. In Colombo or Anuradhapura, two markets, two prices. Okay, depending upon the elasticity of demand, if price is highly sensitive to demand, it's elastic. It depends on, because then it's highly responsive, then Jaffna person will, because Jaffna price is high and gold price is low, means Jaffna person can come and buy from the gold. So likewise, they can do based on the elasticity of demand. So under such circumstances, a monopolist can incur supernormal loss. Then firm would leave the industry, thus reducing the supply. As a result, price will again rise and loss will wiped out. That means no loss again, because here some cases monopolistic can get supernormal loss. They can take the supernormal profit and loss as well suddenly. Okay, both can occur. See, sorry, monopoly is a price maker. See the price at this point. And see the price, then the quantity demanded at that price. Okay, so firm is the entire industry. Monopoly, no. See, sometimes industry is a combination of different firms. But in monopoly, one firm, it is called as the industry. Okay, sorry. It decides output levels for the entire market. Excuse me 1 minute. Okay, then it sets price. Normally, the normal market situation, demand and supply decides prices. Okay, but monopoly, the monopoly person is the price maker. He is deciding the price. He can put 1 equal 11 even. 1 normal 2 or anything he can decide because he is the monopoly, is the leader. Nobody will challenge his decision. Okay, in monopoly, price discrimination occurs when a business charges different price to different groups of consumers. Maybe not in different places, maybe different groups of consumers. Okay, let's say they are selling in China also, this monopoly is very common. So they are selling some low quality products at different price to normal countries like developing countries like us. The same product with high quality to other developed countries. Okay, so that's why they can take supernormal profit. But if they lose, supernormal losses as well. Okay, so normally when the revenue curve, I will explain, under monopoly, the downward sloping inelastic demand curve. I think you can understand inelastic. We have drawn this. Okay, when the output price is more, revenue curve shift here, more output, more output. Okay, so monopoly firm can sell more at a lower price and less at a higher price. Okay, because only one firm. The demand curve of the monopoly firm is highly inelastic. See, in the perfect competition, we told elastic demand curve. But this is highly inelastic because quantity demanded doesn't change with the price, basically because we can't change quantity demand because there are no more sellers to buy. Okay, understood that concept? Average revenue, that's why average revenue curve under monopoly is downward sloping. When you are learning revenue, I think you can understand very carefully. Marginal revenue curve of the monopoly firm is also downward sloping and lies below marginal revenue curve lies below the average revenue. See, marginal revenue. That means revenue per unit of the production. And here, average revenue. You remember, up to now, average product, marginal product. So from that, we can take average revenue and marginal revenue. Okay? Per unit revenue, per unit cost, we can take marginal cost. I'll explain it again when we do profit maximization. Okay, in monopolistic competition, now we know this all. It is from the market in which there are large number of sellers selling differentiated products, which are similar in nature, but not homogeneous. Okay, so you can understand different brands of soap are there. Okay, so they are sometimes totally different by appearance. Okay, so then in monopolistic competition, we can see that is the main characteristics. The product differentiation can occur. They are closely related to goods with a little difference, maybe in order, size, and shape in some group. So it is easy to separate them from each other. Okay, E is missing here, each other. So the concept of monopolistic competition was developed by an American economist, Chamberlain. So that's why it is a combination of perfect competition and monopolistic. Okay, large number of sellers, product differentiation is there, somewhat similar to perfect competition. Okay, so monopolistic competition, no single firm controls market. Some large firms, some small firms, many firms. So under this, what is monopolistic competition? These all we can think. Is it clear? No single firm controls market. Many firms are there. Then we are coming to here. Okay. Some may be large firms. Some may be small. Okay. So from here to here, all shows monopolistic competition. In one of maybe your MCQs, this type of question can ask. Okay. No single firm controls market. Some large firms, some small firms are there. Many firms. So under these all, we can say monopolistic competition. Okay. So monopolistic competition is a market situation in which both monopoly and competitive elements are present. That means monopoly and perfect competition. Okay. So we have product differentiation here. So that means brand, trademark, design, packing, color. So these all are characteristics. Okay. They are not identical. Or in other words, we can say the products are different but closely related. That is product differentiation. Okay. For example, you can take the soap types, sometimes shampoo, okay, sometimes toothpaste. So product differentiation. You can see different products, closely related, but not identical. No, sometimes taste is totally different. So same features I just explained just for your understanding. So product differentiation, you can see different bulbs, okay, computers. So these all relate to monopolistic competition. These Dell and other computer types, okay, and anything is Lenovo or anything, you can take this monopolistic competition. Different bulb types, okay, product differentiation. So non-price competition, that means different firms may compete So
Recording
sales
in
promotion
progress.
is common. But in perfect or monopoly, no any advertisement. Okay? No any sales promotion. So here you can see non-price competition can occur. Innovations, okay? Quality, no price competition. Then free upgrade to products. Sometimes just after seeing your the name, McDonald's or any other famous name, okay? Then you can see, you can just know there are very good producers, okay? So sometimes they are doing all upgrades, upgrades to products freely, okay? New products are coming. Then loyalty, exclusivity schemes are there in monopolistic competition. That means they love the brand. So if I love, let's say, Dell computers, I will not go away from Dell. I know it is a good brand. Okay. So if the other brands will compete with that. In the soap also, if I like Lux, if I like Baby Soap, if I like Rexona, okay, the smell. Sometimes some people need the same soap forever. Okay, let's say Rani, different soaps are there. Okay, so that is loyalty, developing the loyalty. So branding. So different brands get consumer attraction. Then they need to do sales promotion and very good advertisements to sell their products. So in monopolistic, briefly we know selling cost are very high. Advertisements are we need advertisements, publicity, sales person should be there. Okay. So they need to attract customers if they need to survive in the market because many sellers are there. Okay. So here also no restrictions to enter or exit. That's why it is somewhat similar to perfect market situation. Every firms under monopolistic also earns only normal profits because many sellers, they have independent price policy. A firm under monopolistic competition can influence the price of the commodity to some extent because they are not homogeneous products. With product differentiation, they are producing different types of products. Okay, so in this case, the price elasticity of demand would be relatively elastic because of existence of many substitutes. Sorry? My mistake. Okay. Elastic means very sensitive. Maybe elastic is very sensitive to products because in monopolistic situation also substitutes are there. If one is high cost, we can go for another. Okay. So I think after studying different market structure, you can compare these structures. Okay. So here also monopolistic as monopoly, average revenue and marginal revenue curves. That's why this is more or less similar, or I mean, the combination of perfect and monopoly situation. Now let's move next market structure, oligopoly. Okay, these all are theory. Okay, you can take lot of information from the internet also if you are interested. So during your study leave, you can get more information. Up to now, any questions? Or at least got the idea about different market structures? Continue with them. Hello? Hello, any clarification, any questions?
No, madam.
No, madam.
Okay, great. Please study and enrich your knowledge because I'm giving the basics things, then you can get more and more idea. Okay. So oligopoly is a market situation in which there are few few
Recording
number
in
of sellers.
progress.
Few sellers, therefore interdependence. They need advertising, somewhat similar to monopolistic. So competition is there. Here also, advertising is there. That means similar to monopolistic situation. Okay, but entry and exit barriers are there in oligopoly. Okay, lack of uniformity, like perfect situation. Okay, so oligopoly is a market situation in which there are few sellers, but more than two. Because duopoly there are two, oligopoly more than two. Commodity, that actions of every seller has predictable effect on the other sellers or other rivals. Here, oligopoly is also called competition amongst few, because oligopoly may be of two types: pure oligopoly or oligopoly without any product differentiation. Okay, that means differentiated oligopoly or oligopoly with product differentiation. Okay, so this type of oligopoly structures are there. Now we will see what are the examples we can take for oligopoly while seeing the characteristics. Few sellers, control over supply, interdependence of firms, they are depending in other firms because very few sellers. Conflicting attitudes of firms because everybody needs to get profits. Lack of uniformity of the size of the firm. Sometimes they have large scale firms, sometimes small scale. Group behavior because few sellers, they can act as a group and they have to incur advertising and selling cost. Price rigidity. What is that? Price is not flexible. Okay, rigid price because few sellers controls the price. So competition is there, intensive competition. Normally, the demand curve is more flexible. Okay, so you can say the demand curve is not so elastic, not so inelastic. Okay, so in intermediateness of demand curve. Okay, so here you can see the oligopoly situation. Few sellers are there, interdependence are there. So among these sellers, they are interdependent. So nature of the product. So this you can see the products. See whether these examples are acceptable. The firm under oligopoly may produce homogeneous goods, which is called oligopoly without product differentiation. See, in oligopolistic competition, product differentiation is there. But in the monopolistic situation, product differentiation is must, common. But in oligopoly, the products can be produced with differentiation or without differentiation. If product produced with differentiation, it is more or less similar to monopolistic competition. Okay. See these examples, whether can you accept these examples? Just with these examples, clearly see the characteristics, whether it's few sellers, interdependence. Okay, see, we discussed few things. Few sellers, interdependence, control over supply, group behavior, lack of uniformity, advertising, price rigidity. Is it okay with these prices, with these products? All agree?
Yes, madam.
Okay, so do you think another products as well? Because with few sellers, I'm also thinking few sellers. Okay, you can think freely. Okay, so if you know the characteristics, you can add many more products to these examples. Okay? So oligopoly may also produce differential products which called oligopoly with product differentiation. See, automobile industry. So with product differentiation, oligopoly occurs with product differentiation because few sellers. Neither. Car companies stick anything firms. Many can arise, but not like monopoly or monopolistic. So few sellers. What are car firms? Do you know? Toyota, Nissan. So these are the companies. So these automobile industry produce differentiated products. Then it is called as oligopoly with product differentiation. Okay. So barrier to industry, barrier to entry in oligopoly, because the existence of oligopoly in the long run requires the existence of barriers to enter to the new firms. Let's say in computers or automobile industry. So several factors such as unlimited size of the market, requirement of huge initial investment. That's why oligopoly is with few firms. Because this huge initial investment, everybody don't have this huge investment to invest. Okay, so that's why it works as a barrier upon the entry of new firms, like monopoly. Okay, nobody can enter because the cost is very high, entry cost. Okay, after entering, the exit is costly because without earning profit, it is unprofitable to exit from the industry. That's why till they earn huge profits continuously, they are staying in the industry. Okay, so oligopoly, few large firms, standardized or differentiated products, significant barriers to industry, market power is there within the group of the people. So steel company, oil, automobiles are examples for the oligopoly. So duopoly, now you know the examples also. Okay, two firms are there. In reality, this definition is generally used where only two firms have dominant control over the market. Okay, so here, duopoly provides a simplified model for showing the main principles of the theory of oligopoly. Because here you can see only two sellers, duopoly. If more than two, it comes as oligopoly. Okay. So see duopoly markets. Plain is okay for duopoly. See these examples because these also I got from the internet. So only two real world examples of duopoly. These are the examples I've got. So you can get many more. Okay, MasterCard and Visa. So planes and I think here beers or Coke. Okay, so different. I mean, if two firms operate the market, it is called as duopoly. Okay, try to gather more and more examples related to our country situation as well. Okay, so here Coke and Pepsi. See, duopoly is a market situation in which there are two sellers of a commodity such that actions of each seller has predictable effect on the other seller. Okay. So price rigidity and this demand curve is called as Paul species demand curve because this person found this. Okay. He argued that no ordinary demand curve does not apply to oligopoly markets and promotes the kinked demand curve. That means, see, demand curve normal demand up to here, then drastically reducing. That means kink, that the point he called as a kink at the prevailing level of price. So this is the price. Then afterwards, it drastically this decreasing with normal slope, but with high slope. So the segment of the demand curve above the kink is highly elastic. You can observe. See, this one is above the kink, highly elastic. See, parallel to the x-axis, more or less similar. But see afterwards, highly inelastic. If it comes like this, perfectly inelastic. If it comes just this down, perfectly elastic. Okay? So luckily, I don't want to explain elastic and inelastic again. Okay? So these are all about the price rigidity. Now we'll learn briefly about the revenue. Okay? So up to now, all these market structures, because duopoly is not there in your syllabus even, but just I added. Monopoly, monopolistic, and oligopoly are there. But for your information, I added these two. Now we'll discuss about the revenue. Okay? Revenue, I think, is very common to you all. The term revenue refers to the receipts obtained by a firm from the sale of certain quantities of a commodity at various prices. Okay, that revenue we can say total revenue, average revenue, marginal revenue. Till now you know total product, average product, marginal product. We did calculations as well. Okay. So revenue is the concept of money from the sale of output by firm in a given time period. Okay, so revenue actually the income. Okay, so income generated for sales of goods or services. So revenue comes sales quantity multiplied by price. Okay, see here. I've done same calculations because last time I gave you many calculations to do. Okay, so just understand. But when you are studying by yourself, calculate all by yourself. Then only you can do, because it's my own experience. Okay, so if I did many calculations before the exam, it's very easy for me during the exam because I've tried once. But if I am trying for the first time during the examination, it creates many problems. I remember how many times I cut the equation, because I told you previously also I am not a very good mathematician. Okay, I don't like. I hate calculation, but I practice. That's why at the end I won the game. So that's why practice makes any person perfect. So when you are practicing, when you are reading notes, please do calculations by yourself. Don't allow your friend to do calculations for you. Okay? Then you have to take your friend also to the exam. Okay. So let's say total revenue is the total sale proceeds of a firm by selling certain units of a commodity at a given price. Let's say if a firm sells 10 units of commodity and 20 each. Very easy. Grade 1 mathematics. Okay, total revenue 20 multiplied by 10. 10 units at 20 price, 20 rupees. So 200. Whatsoever the unit, 200, maybe dollar, maybe euro, maybe rupees. Okay. Thus, total revenue is price per unit multiplied by the number of units sold. If price is high, the total revenue high. If number of sold units sold high, total revenue high. Okay, I think you can understand. But when you divided it by, if you want to take the marginal revenue, okay, first of all, you need to take the average revenue. So we'll take total full example and we'll understand how to take the total revenue. See, total revenue and profit. Total revenue price multiplied by quantity sold. Very easy to understand. Okay, but you need to remember the total amount of money received by a business selling the product. That is total revenue, but not the profit. Many students are misguiding or misthinking about this. Total revenue is the profit. No. To take the profit, for your general knowledge, what to add to the revenue or what to subtract from the revenue. Profit එකක් ගන්න නම් ආදායමෙන් මොකද අඩු කරන්න ඕන හරි වැඩි කරන්න ඕන. අඩු කරන්න ඕන මොකද්ද?
නිෂ්පාදනයට ගෙවියද.
Nishpadana Viyadava. Very good. Production cost. Okay. Whether it's advertisement cost, whether it's processing cost, whether it's storing cost. So after reducing or subtracting cost, then you take the profit. But total revenue simply means how many quantities you have sold and what is the price. If you sold 100 pens at 20 rupees, then you can take 2,000 revenue, total revenue. But that is not the profit. Okay, if you are subtracting or reducing the cost also from the revenue, then you can take the profit. Okay, if you are taking extraordinary revenue also not effective if your cost is high. If you have very low revenue with very low cost is more than enough for than getting large revenue with large cost, maybe more or less similar. Okay. So in any case, I think you can calculate this total revenues like this. See, profit means total revenue minus all expenses. That means all costs. If all expenses are very low, what will happen to the profit? Let's say cost is very good, profit is increased. If total revenue is increased, automatically profit is increased, but if cost is decreased only. But if total revenue is 100 rupees and total expenses 1,000 rupees, is it a profit? No, it's a loss. Okay, I think you can understand clearly. So here you can see how it comes, the average revenue. Same as average product. You took total product divided by quantity. I think you all remember that table. So same way, average revenue, total revenue divided by the quantity. Okay, number of units sold, quantity Q. So then you can take total revenue, average revenue, and all. Okay, so that's why average revenue equals to price. Average revenue, total revenue divided by quantity sold. But you know total revenue, price multiplied by quantity sold. If you add this to total revenue, see here, average revenue, instead of total revenue, you can write P, price multiplied by Q. Then Q can cut, then P. That's why if my question is, prove average revenue equals to profit. Average revenue equals to price of a particular commodity. Then you have to do simply these three calculations. Average revenue, this one, But we know total revenue is this one. So instead of total revenue, we can keep PQ. Then divide by Q means Q and Q can be cut, then price is below. Then you prove that average revenue equals to price. Understood this concept? Everybody?
Yes, madam.
Okay. If I need to explain again, please tell me. And these are the examples. Average revenue. So just if somebody says average revenue equals price, you will be surprised how it comes. But now you know how it came. Okay. So I think up to now, all revenue portions, now we learn marginal revenue. Okay. See marginal revenue. Marginal revenue is the change in total revenue resulting from sale and additional unit of the commodity. See, concept is same. Marginal, additional. If a seller realizes 200 after selling 10 units and 225 by selling 11 units, we say marginal revenue is 225 minus 200 equals 25. But because here 10 units, here 11 units, only added 1 unit. So 1 unit is 25. So that is marginal revenue. So mathematically it can be expressed as marginal revenue, change of total revenue divided by change of quantity, rate of change. Okay. So the same way you calculated marginal product. Okay. See here. Marginal revenue is the rate of change of the total revenue divided by the output, quantity of output sold. Okay. So we know total revenue is price multiplied by quantity sold. Average revenue we know equals to price. Then marginal revenue, we can take change of total revenue, change of price, sorry, change of quantity sold. Then per additional quantity, what is the revenue is called as marginal revenue. Okay, so these are the same. I think you all remember the curves we have drawn. Total product, average product, marginal product. Okay, so same like that way. But you can here also, I'll give another calculation. Today, one assignment I'll give you to calculate these revenues by using your own data. Okay, then you are free to submit. What's the easiest way? Some students are submitting one by one. I think it's the easiest way, no? And after collecting, one can submit. I think rather than that, I think it's better. When you finish, you can send to me. My email I've sent you. Then few students have already sent their assignments. Then I'll mark and I'll give you marks. Because this continuous assessment marks, I can give to you. I'll ask from your coordinator. In our university, we are giving to students continuous assessment mark. Sometimes we are correcting papers and we are distributing these papers among students just to see their mistakes and not to do these mistakes during your final examination. Okay, I do the same if I ask after, if you ask, your coordinator allows me to do that. Okay, so total revenue and average revenue, marginal revenue, with the data you can see whether you are taking the same shape of the curve. Okay, so use the data and write these equations and just see. After drawing the diagram, you can see the shape. You may remember the product curve we divided into three groups. Product is increasing, decreasing, product is increasing at an accelerating rate, decreasing, come to the stagnant, then decreasing. Okay, total product also we got the same type of structure. Okay, so then if we consider this total revenue, till some point it is increasing gradually. So when it turns to decrease, the marginal revenue curve touches the x-axis. That means marginal revenue becomes zero. So you remember the same we got for total production and marginal production. Okay, TP and MP. So the same way. Then you know average production is continuously decreasing. Okay, so these all I think you can do calculations. Now you know average revenue equal to price. Now we will see the profit. Okay, so here shall I give
Excuse me, madam.
Yes.
Can you explain marginal revenue, madam, again?
Yes, okay, very good. Marginal revenue means here. See, marginal revenue. We have to take the change of total revenue. Okay, from here I think it's more clear. See, if sellers get 200, let's say 200 rupees after selling 10 units and 225 by selling 11 units. So additional unit, how much he takes? 10 is 200, 11 is 225. So additional 1 unit is there in 11, 10 plus 1. So the additional unit costs how much?
25 rupees.
25, very good. So that's the marginal revenue, like marginal product. Okay, so here equation form we can say change of total revenue. Then you can write one diagram with the total revenue. Total revenue, how we take price of the product and quantity sold. Okay, so total revenue is there. Average revenue we can take. Total revenue divided by quantity. When change of total revenue, same as total change of total product, change of quantity. In the same production curve, when we derive the production possibility curve, we calculated average revenue, average product, marginal product, total product. Okay, so these all the same. The word is only revenue comes. Then price is there. Okay, then with the price, we know price multiplied by Q means total revenue. When change of total revenue, change of Q, quantity sold, comes marginal revenue. Okay, when you do calculations, you can understand very clearly. So I didn't add more calculations here because you have done more than enough now. That's why I thought I'll give you one assignment type, then one equation. You can one data set. Different prices are there. Different quantities sold are there. So by using these, prepare total revenue, average revenue, marginal revenue, and you can draw this graph. Now clear?
Yes, madam.
Okay, thank you. Then after finishing, may I give you, wait, before profit, I'll give you that assignment. Then from the assignment point of view, you are clear. Okay? Otherwise, you have to be rushed during your study leave period. Okay? Assignment 3. Take your own data set and First question. Calculate average revenue. So first total revenue. Total revenue, average revenue, and marginal revenue. Show your results in a graph. Okay, I think that's enough. So you have to take your own data set, P and Q. You have to take only these prices and quantity demanded. But the point, basically, you need to write the units. If you're yuan, it's okay. If you are using euro, it's okay. But you have to write the monetary units. Okay, so here our submission deadline,
Madam?
Isn't it? That one,
Madam?
28 May the start. Yes.
We cannot hear you.
Oh, sorry. Now, can you hear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, maybe some problem. Yes, one call came to my phone. Okay, sorry, then I just muted the call because I am using, that's why today mobile data. Okay, so if you are not hearing, please tell me. Just I cut the call, otherwise the signal drop. Okay, so is it clear? I asked this assignment 3. Now, if you need to submit only assignments, all assignments you are submitting before your study leave period. So, shall we keep this as 28? Is it okay? Because only one data set, you can calculate these 3 within 10 minutes you can do. Because previous two assignments will submit before 27, or you can CC if you submit.
Okay, madam. It's
Okay, great. Thank you. Then, before please send mark and I will share among you all just to make you understand more and more understand. Okay, now we'll move to profit. Okay, so profit, now you know total revenue, now cost. Okay, total revenue minus total cost. When profit is negative, a firm is said to be suffering from loss. Profit is negative means what you can say? Explanation. Profit is negative. What you can say?
we haven't.
Recording in progress.
Yeah. Koshita. If profit is negative, see the yes, one we will see one answer came through chat box. Spending more money than very good. Sahasna. Okay, that means indirectly you are bearing high cost. Okay, the answer is also very correct. Perfect. Spending more money than money you are making. Very good. Professional answer. That means total revenue is less than the total cost. Or in other words, total cost is more than total revenue. Then profit is negative. Then vice versa, profit is positive means total revenue is more than the total cost. He is gaining. Now clear to everybody? Or should I explain it again?
Can you explain it again, madam?
Okay, very good. Let's say the equation is clear. Profit equals to total revenue minus total cost. Is it clear, the equation?
Yes, madam. It's
Okay. Okay. Then you know these all lines straight line. But if it is equation, denominator and numerator, if you know, if we change the numerator or upside of the equation, the profit also increasing. That means that the left side equation also increasing. If the denominator is should decrease, okay, you know, vice versa. So in that case, all line, one line. Then, if this equation is like this, total revenue minus total cost. Let's say total revenue is 100. Total cost is 10. Then what is the profit? 100 total revenue and total cost is 10. What is the profit? Grade 1 equation, grade 1 mathematics. Total, yes, one answer came.
90.
Ravindu, yes, 90. Very good. So, then total revenue is more, no? That is why, because 100 minus 10. See, vice versa. If total revenue is 10 and total cost is 100, what happened? Revenue is, profit is very good, negative. So that's why it is called as, so here, when profit is negative, a firm is said to be suffering from loss. Now understood how profit comes negative? Because total cost is more than the total revenue. That's why try every time with numbers. Then you will never forget. Then there another, Ravindu?
yes, madam.
Yes, madam.
Thank you. Now we will see break-even point. That means break-even point indicates the level of output at which total revenue equals total cost. Then what will happen? What we, in Sahasna's language, what we gain is we spent. So no profit at all. But we bear, let's say, cost component is 100 rupees. We are getting 100 rupees. Then we can compensate anyhow. We cover the cost, but no any profit. Got it? In the break-even point, level of output, that means total revenue equals to total cost. See the equation. If total revenue equals to total cost, that means let's say 100 total revenue, 100 total cost. Then no profit. Cost revenue adunang. Are there any Muslim or Tamil students in your batch?
Madam?
Oh,
Yes,
any
madam, there is one Tamil girl.
Okay. You can't understand, otherwise I can explain in similar. So, total revenue is more than the total cost means profit is positive. But total cost is more than the total revenue means profit is negative, he is losing. Okay. But if total revenue equal, we try with that numbers. Total revenue is 100, total cost also 100. He can cover the cost because he has already spent 100, he gained 100. But no, what?
Profit.
Very good, no profit. Okay, so that point we called as equilibrium of here spaces should be there. Okay, equilibrium of a firm. Okay, a firm is said to be equilibrium when it maximizes its profit at a given lower level of output. Thus, at firm's equilibrium profit TR minus TC is maximum we can take. With the equation we can show, let's say the revenue, break-even point, that means maximum profit. Here, the revenue, this is the revenue, this is the cost. Okay, so in the total revenue, you can say at the point D, so here is the total revenue line, here is the point D. So at the point D, you know, total revenue equals to total cost. See, cost curve is going like this, total cost. Total revenue is going like this, according to the data, okay, not fixed line. So if these two lines are going like this, in the D, total revenue equals to total cost, whatsoever the number. Okay, here, maybe here 100 rupees. Okay, so here low break-even point at output S. So output is S. Here the output, let's say this output is 200 kilograms or tons or something. Okay, so E, at the E point E, you can see again total revenue equals to total cost. Okay, so here total revenue, here in D also total revenue equals total cost, and here also total revenue equals total cost. Okay, so here we can say upper break-even point because here it is more than this point. This is lower break-even point. At this break-even point, the output is S. See here, if we draw the diagram clearly. Here may be another output. Okay, so according to the data, the graphs may vary, but when it touches different lines, accordingly, we can decide what are the prices, what are the break-even points. Okay, so here, because at your level, just understand what is break-even point, what is the equilibrium. Okay, so these points, so this type of graphs will never ask, just for your understanding. But here you should understand the firm is in equilibrium, maximum profit with this CB with the graph I explained. But if you feel it is too much, no need, okay? CB, a maximum profit. Here, the difference. Total revenue minus total cost. So see, Here is the maximum difference. Okay. Equals AQ. We will see AQ. See here. CB AQ. Okay, I think we'll just, while sending, I'll just remove it's too much to you. Okay. So I think no need that one, but you need to remember break-even point where maximum profit comes, where TC equals TR, that means total revenue, and you can see the highest profit at that point. Okay, I'll just simplify this and I'll send the graph. Okay, so equilibrium, when we consider the equilibrium point, we should understand only one point. A firm is said to be equilibrium when it maximizes its profit at given level of output. Thus, at firm's equilibrium, TR minus TC, the difference is maximum. If this is safe, it is not the equilibrium point. Okay, so the difference should be maximum. I'll send clear graph and I'll send, but you need to remember the equilibrium point, the firm's profit is maximum. That is the theory. Okay, so in that case, at that point, marginal revenue equals marginal cost. Marginal cost is increasing at the profit must be rising at the profit, maximizing equilibrium point. That means a marginal cost curve must cut marginal revenue curve from the below. So I'll show this in this graph. I think this is clear to you all. So now you know average revenue equals to price. Then marginal cost, when you draw the diagram, if marginal cost curves comes like this, you should remember at the point A, see, marginal cost equals to marginal revenue. But marginal cost curve cuts point A from the above. Hence, though the necessity condition is satisfied, sufficient condition is not. That means at the point A, understand very clearly, okay? Marginal revenue equals marginal cost. Is it clear to you all? Marginal revenue is this curve. Marginal cost curve is this curve. Is it clear? Hello?
Yes, madam.
Okay, then marginal. At the point A, you can see marginal revenue equals to marginal cost. Marginal cost cuts point A from the above. See, marginal cost is more and coming down and cut. Hence, necessity condition is satisfied. Necessity is marginal cost should be equilibrium point, marginal cost equals to marginal revenue. Now, necessity condition occurs. But sufficient condition is not. Why? Marginal cost is more than the price. That means he should incur more cost than the price. Hence, it is not profit maximization point. Okay, let's say in your MCQ, I can give this type of equation, this type of graph, and ask what is the profit maximizing point, or which lines fulfill the necessity conditions of equilibrium. Then 2 points are there. A and what is the other point? Marginal cost equals to marginal revenue. 2 points are there. A and going to see very good. Yeah, Ravind, E. Yes. So 2 points are there. But see here, it is necessary, but not sufficient because cost is more. But here, point E, marginal cost is lower than the average cost when it cuts the marginal revenue curve. Then at that point is the equilibrium point because cost is low, price is high. So at that time, the price is this P and quantity is Q. Okay. So you can argue here we are not getting because cost is more than the price. But normal condition, if it is profitable, we have to get low cost. So here the normal situation, marginal cost. When marginal cost increases, after decreasing, we have to take this point as the equilibrium point. Okay. So at the point E, marginal revenue equals marginal cost and marginal cost curve cuts MR curve from the below. That means marginal cost is lower than the price. At point E, both necessary and sufficient conditions are satisfied. Necessary is marginal revenue should be equals to marginal cost. Sufficient conditions means cost should be lower than the profit. Hence, E is the point of equilibrium at which the firm maximizes its profit. Okay. Q is the equilibrium or profit maximizing output. C. Q is the equilibrium output. You remember the demand and supply curve, market equilibrium, where it touches equilibrium quantity and equilibrium price comes. So same way, when it touches MC, marginal cost curves and marginal revenue curves, this Q comes equilibrium quantity, this price comes equilibrium price. It says like this. Q is the equilibrium. The firm will not.
I can hear you.
Hello.
Recording stopped. Recording in progress. Recording stopped. Recording in progress.
Let's check.
Can you hear me now? Hello.
Yes, madam. Yes, madam.
Okay, okay, great. I'll again share the screen because 2 or 3 calls came together, then automatically the signal, that means okay, let me to share the screen again. So we were full screen. Let me to take it full screen. Is it clear to you all? Can you see the screen?
Yes, we can see.
Okay. So in a full screen, no? Okay. So I think you can understand how at point E, the equilibrium point comes, and Q is equilibrium profit, and here Q is the equilibrium quantity. Okay, because after point E, MR is greater than MC. That means after point E only, marginal cost is more than the marginal revenue or price. If we take the equilibrium point like this, afterwards, price is more than the marginal cost. Then it's not equilibrium, because here when cost starts increasing only, the equilibrium point comes. Okay, so I think how we decide the point E is clear to you all. Okay, so all profit level questions. So here we can say identify the market structure, draw the revenue curves, draw the marginal cost curves, find the Q where MC equals MR. Then we decide the price, equilibrium price and quantity, profit level. We draw total cost or average cost curves. Okay, so these type of questions can come normally related to revenue and cost, same as your assessment. Okay, so normally this is for your understanding. Okay, in the examination I will not ask this type of questions, but you should know in the perfect competition normal situation occurs. Okay, but here we can take abnormal profits under different monopoly and monopolistic situation. Okay, just for your understanding, when you're free, hello?
We couldn't hear you, madam.
Hello?
We couldn't hear you clearly, madam.
Recording stopped. Recording in progress.
Hello? Can you hear me now?
Yes, madam. Now,
Many times disconnections. Okay, because continuously calls are coming, then I think that is the case of using mobile data. Okay, internet problem. Let me see whether I can connect to, no, still no Wi-Fi setting. Okay, so let me to share the screen again. Hope another call will not come till we end this. Okay, is it clear now? Hello? Hello.
Yes, madam.
Okay, so for your understanding, how to take normal NC marginal revenue and marginal cost curve in normal perfect competition, but how we can increase abnormal profits while shifting the price curve, so marginal revenue curves. Okay, so these are just for your understanding how people are losing in monopolistic situation. Okay, freely you can think, but to your level, I think no need to just but if you need to learn more and more, just you can understand how marginal cost curves and marginal revenue curves decides abnormal profits and normal profits. Okay, so normally monopoly, monopolistic and oligopoly situation, we can change marginal cost curves, marginal revenue and average revenue curves, and accordingly we can decide what is their cost or equilibrium price and quantities. Okay, based on data, you can decide anything. Okay, so normally, so this also just for your listeners. So just for your understanding at the last. So now, shall we take 10 minutes break and we'll start the production cost. Shall we start sharp at 8:30? Or may I continue?
Okay, madam.
Okay, madam.
Okay, okay, thank you. Or may I continue? For me, it's okay if you're not tired. Stop share. And better to continue because it's okay. Otherwise, you may have tired.
Yes, madam, a little bit.
You tired? Okay. So we'll wait till 8:30 and we'll start. Okay. Don't worry, connection lost. Only the problem, recording is not coming continuously if calls comes and all. That's why you are requesting that 18th recording. I searched, I didn't get continuous recording. So if you need to do this section again, I'll try my best to do. Because you told few students attended on that day, again I'll search. Okay. And if I find, I'll give you the recording. Okay. 8:30, we'll start the new section. Hello, shall we start? How many? One question from Ravindu. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, madam.
Okay, so how many more lessons? Yes, after finishing today lesson, we have three more. Actually, we have after finishing that cost curve, we have exactly one lesson, but that lesson contains three parts: applications, income inequality and poverty, international trade, and behavioral economics. So, within another 2 days, tomorrow and day after tomorrow, by Wednesday, I can finish all. Is it okay?
Okay, madam.
Okay. How about other sections? I mean, other subjects finished now? Not yet. There. Let me to share the screen. So here we need to do new section. Wait 1 minute. Section 13. Can you see the screen? Not yet.
Not yet, madam.
Okay. Okay. Wait. Some problems there. Share screen. Okay, hope you can see the screen now. Hello? Hello, can you see the screen or can you
Yes,
hear?
madam.
Okay, so this is the section.
Yes, madam. We can.
Yes. And again call. And again disconnected. Hello? No?
We couldn't hear you, madam.
Yes, continuously. I think today due to that internet problem. So shall we? Yes, shall we do that? This one because this is the new section and important things are there, cost and all things. Shall we stop for today? If so, and I'll start tomorrow because tomorrow maybe internet is okay. Oh, what we can do because. Okay, again we'll try it. So, okay, continuously disturbing, no? Okay, so theory of production and cost. So you need, hope you can hear me.
Yes, we can hear you, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. So in this section, you need to understand the theory of cost. That means total cost, average cost, marginal cost, fixed and variable cost components. Okay. So total cost like total production, average cost like average production, marginal cost like marginal production. So fixed and variable costs components. We have discussed what are the fixed cost and what are the variable cost. Okay. So, sorry, here again we need to explain economics of scale. After finishing this lesson, you should be able to understand what is economics of scale. Then to understand production choices and costs in short run and long run, briefly. Okay. Then you need to explain ISO cost curves. So you know about which curves? ISO? ISO means same, cost means same cost. So ISO, ISO quant you have learned. Remember, same quantity. Then ISO quant curves we draft. Then from the ISO quant curves we developed the efficient.
Ma'am, we cannot hear you.
Again, you can't hear. Now, how about? Hello.
We can't hear you, madam, properly.
Hello. Really? The
Yes,
signal
ma'am.
problem, I hear. Okay. It is signal problem, I think continuous calls. Okay. So you have learned ISO quant curves. Do you remember? ISO means same, cost means same cost, same quantity. We draw same quantity curves, ISO quant curves, and we develop the expansion path, and we prepared production possibility frontier. Do you remember this all? Very first lectures. Hello? Do you remember these cost production curves, production possibility curves?
Yes, madam.
Okay. So please study again because we already studied the theory of production, total product, average product, marginal product, stages of production. So these all we discussed with calculations. Remember? Okay. So then today we are going to study about cost theory of cost. Okay. So here a firm, any firm aims to maximize profits, where consumer aims to maximize satisfaction. Okay. So you can understand we need to do in order to maximize profit, now we need to minimize cost. So understanding of its cost curve is essential to minimize cost. Okay, so that's the importance of learning cost curve. In case of profits, they need to increase profits. So now we will see ISO quant, same quantity, versus ISO cost, same cost curves. Okay. So now you can compare these two curves. All ISO quant curves show all combinations of factors that produce a certain output. And ISO cost show all combinations of factors that cost the same amount. Okay, here same product, here same cost. ISO cost and ISO quant can show the optimal combination of factors of production to produce the maximum output at minimum cost. Okay, so that is the important point you need to study here. So you remember this isocon curve. Capital, labor, we took two inputs. So if we combine 20 capital and 20, let's say here 19 labor, we can get this much production. Same production we can take if we use 10 units of capital and here maybe 35 units of labor. Okay. So along the isocon curve, see total physical production or total production is 4,000. If we use 20 labor and 20 capital or 19 labor, same 40,000 production. Though we use 10 capital and 35 labor, that yields the same total production. Okay, so that's why isocon show the different combinations of capital and labor that gives same output. Clear that curve? Just revising your memory. Clear to you all, or can you hear my voice?
We can hear, madam. It's clear.
If not, please inform me, okay? When calls comes, just I cut.
Okay, madam.
Okay. So an isocost means same way. Here, see, it's like just curve, but here also curve. But normally we draw here, I took units as euro, okay? European currency. So the combination of two factors that cost the same, same total cost. Okay, that means let's say if we use 30 capital and 30 labor, the total cost is 400,000 euros. Okay, the same total cost occurs if you use 10 capital and 50 labor. Okay, let's say here 10 capital means 10,000 or let's say 100,000. Here you may take 300,000. So you can take the total cost yield 4,000 here. The same cost occurs if it combines 30 capital and 30 labor units. Accordingly, okay, according to the graph, you can explain the isocost curve. So difference is here, same quantity, though the units, the inputs are changing. Here, the same cost, though the different combination of input is combined. Okay. So I think you can remember when we change the price, we explain how the curves may change. Okay, here isocost with change of the cost of labor. When the isocost curve changes from here to here, what you can see, using labor units, they reduced using labor units. That means reduction means high price. I think you remember that day we explained with the demand curve. Okay, because before it demands 60 labor, but now cost of labor is increasing. Therefore, that cost curve shifted left. If labor price is cheap, it is go more and more labor like this. Okay, rationally think like this. If it is more and more labor price is low. If it decrease the amount of labor, that means labor price is expensive. Can you understand this point? How it shifts to left? Clear, or should I explain again?
It's not clear, madam. Can you explain it to me?
Okay, great. Let's say here, this is the previous isocost curve with 60 capital units and 60 labor units. Okay. So throughout this curve, the total cost is same. Here same, here same, here same, only changing the different combination of capital and labor. Different combination. But let's say this curve shifted here also same 60 capital, shifted to left. That means labor quantity is reduced. So if we use less labor means what will happen to the labor cost?
Decrease.
Very good, decrease. That's why labor is here, cost is decreased, but I mean labor, the amount of labor we used decreased. I mean, before we use 60 labors, now we use how many labors?
50.
Sorry, here. Before we use 60 labors, now we use 30 labors. That means if throughout the curve the cost is same means here labor, let's say first we took 100 books. Now we take, first we took 60 books, now we are taking 30 books to cover the same cost. That means the amount is reduced means the price of that book should be, what happened? Increase or decrease? The quantity decreased means the price should normal demand theory. If quantity decreased, what should happen to the price? Still not clear. Yes, two messages came. One, Vimandya increase, Ravindu decrease. Vimandya is correct.
Increase, madam.
Yes, increase. Now understood, Ravindu?
Yes, madam, increase.
Yes, because the price is increased, that's why we use more, price is increased, that's why we use less labor just to cover the cost. If labor price is decreased, we can use more and more labor. Now understood the concept? Okay, that's why it shifted to left. But if it shifted to right, you can understand labor is cheap. That's why once we took labors from India. Okay, many labors at lower rates. Our labor also going to another countries because labor is cheap here, labor cost. We have abundant labors. So Middle East and other countries can take our labor force at lower prices. Okay, so that's why if the labor is expensive, we can't use many labor units. We can use only very minimum labors. But if labor cost is very low, we can use many labors. Instead of 2, we can use 4. Okay, instead of 4, we can use 8. Okay, hope you understood the concept. Now, let us move to the next diagram because here many diagrams are there. Okay, so now you need to, because last time also I explained these two together, isocost and isoquant. Okay, this is again refreshing your knowledge. So here different isocost curves are there among capital and labor. So in these all points, the cost is same with the combine of 50 capital and let's say 20 labor. or 20 capital and 30 labor. Along this curve, the total cost is same. That's why ISO cost. So let's say ISO cost and ISO cont are touching here. So this is called as least cost method of production because ISO cost, same quantity is there, same cost. So I mean here many ISO cost curves are ISO cont curves are there. Here many ISO cost curves are there. So you should remember where it touches. So remember in the production possibility curve where it touches, we call production efficient points. Okay, now here we can see least cost points because at that point, production also same, cost also same. Then at the lowest production, you can do production. Lowest cost, you can do the production. Clear the graph here? Or should I explain again? Because since you are learning for the first time, maybe these cost components, you should learn more and more. I mean, with the graphs, you have to understand the situation. Okay, let's say two inputs are there. ISO cost curves are there along the curve. Cost is same. Then ISO cont curves also you are getting throughout the curve. Quantity of production is same. So when these two curves are touching, when ISO cont curve touches the ISO cost curve or line, so that is the best place. That means least cost point. Clear that one or not clear yet?
It's not clear, ma'am.
Not clear, no? Okay, again I'll explain. Let's say, first of all, we'll see two axes. In one axis, it is capital, other axis, labor. Let's say in the economy, we have only these two inputs, labor and capital. So, we had to spend our cost for these two. So, if we buy 50 capital, I mean, along this curve, whether how many capital, whether how many labor, along the curve, total cost is this much, 0, 3,000, 100,000. Okay, whether it combines some units of capital, let's say 40 units of capital, here 11 units of labor, total cost is 0, 300,000. Let's say at that point, if 30 labors and 22, I'm just roughly telling values, okay? 22 labor points, that yields same cost, 300,000. And if here, 20 capital and let's say 20 capital and 30 labor, that also yields the same cost. Then here, 10 capital and 40 labor, that also yields the same. So along the cost curve, the cost is same. Maybe the combination differ, obviously. The capital and we can take different combinations of two inputs, capital and labor, but they yield the same cost. If we take this 0, 3,000, 100,000. So the different combinations, the cost is more now. Let's say here 59 and here small labor. maybe 6. Okay, so it costs 400,000 euros. So just remember, along the curve, the cost is same. But you know, if we take the isoquant, that also along the curve, same quantity. So you can see here, isoquant, same quantity can be produced by using 30 capital and 30 labor. Same way, the cost is also same, 400,000. If we take 30 capital and 30 labor. Okay, so at that point, iso cost equals to iso quant. So that is the least combination because before that the cost is high. You can see. Okay, here the cost is low but production is high. Okay, so at the exact point, this is the least cost. Here the cost is low, but even though the product is high, then you can take, it is not equilibrium because it doesn't touch the isocost curve. Okay, so that is the point where both gets same number, 30, 30. Okay, so that's why if it touches, another line touches here, we can take that as the least. Anyway, the least cost combination, the isocost curve should touches the isoquant curve. Is it clear now? Or should I explain again? Hello?
Clear, madam.
Okay. But please read, and if not, tomorrow I'll explain again. Okay? So now we will see long run and short run curves. Okay, so here the basic idea we took. Isocost and isoquant we discussed, and here we discussed the least cost combination in order to produce goods. So in the long run cost curve, we have to think again, a firm's cost equals, first let's say no production. Then you know obviously the firm's cost is 0. Okay, but let's say the production increases with the time. So that firm has to use more and more inputs. Okay, so in that case, you know, if more production, more input. So in that case, you know, cost is increasing because if more production, you have to use more and more fertilizer, maybe more and more insecticides, more and more seeds. Okay, so these all incurred cost. More and more labor, of course. Okay, so that's why the production increases, the firm must use more inputs. Therefore, increasing its cost. Cost is increasing. Okay, so by minimizing cost, a firm typical long run cost curve, if we need to minimize cost to get more profits, then a firm's typical long run curve we can draw like this. First, see the previous one. Okay, so different curves like this. This is the basic curve. From here, we took these are short run curves. So while combining these efficient locus, we can take long run total cost curve. Okay, so here we can say this much amount of labor and this much amount of capital we can use. Okay. So at that point, the quantity and the cost may change. So likewise, here if you use the efficient points, while combining these points, we can take the total cost curve. Long run, that's why it is LR is here. Now clear how to get these two? See here, see the difference here, like production possibility frontier, okay? Here two axis, capital and labor. They produce same products along the isochron curve, same cost along the isocost curve. But see here, sorry. See here, the efficient locuses are combined. First two axes are capital and labor. But now, total cost with the units of production units. Okay? If production unit increases, you know, total cost increases. So it is the same relationship or positive relationship between cost and the production units. Okay, so here you can see clearly total cost is increasing. These efficient points you can take. Then if this, because capital also incurred cost, labor also incurred cost. That's why we took total cost here and the output here. So what we know clearly, after combining these two, we can take this curve that is called as long run cost curves. After combining short run curves, we can take the long run total cost curve. Now clear? Or should I explain? If we have the whiteboard or any thing to draw, or if I have a chance to come physically to your institute, just can you explain again? Okay, I'll explain again. Please listen very carefully. Cost is, capital is there, labor is there. Okay, so for these two inputs, this is the isocost curve. Along this curve, the cost is same, though different combinations of capital and labor are joined. Okay, so here also we use different combination of cost components and different combinations of product combination. Okay, so that means along this curve, quantity of production is same. Along this curve, the cost is same. When it touches means these are the efficient points. So after joining these points, this comes as total equilibrium costs. So equilibrium costs makes this line total revenue. Okay, so when it draw, I mean by using these two, we can decide out of this total unit what is the total cost. This total unit, total production, what is the total cost? These all can be measured if we use these two. Now is it clear? I mean, short run curves are like this. This is the long run curve. Now is it clear, Ravindu? Should I explain again?
Clear, madam.
Okay, please read and read. Okay, maybe for the first time you may not get the points. Okay, because these all graphs and you have to identify, you have to understand very clearly after seeing the graph. Okay. So let's say change in input price. In that change in input price is greater than what? Let's say here in that case, the input price is more. Then total cost, what will happen? If one input price is more, then total cost shift to cost is reducing or cost is increasing or cost is decreasing. If input prices are more. What do you think? Let's say input price. It is high. Input prices are increasing. Let's say fertilizer price is increasing, pesticides are increasing, seeds prices are increasing. So all input prices are increasing. Then what will happen to the total cost? Increasing or decreasing? Yes, one message came. Very good. Now into increasing. Okay. So that is the case. This is the old equilibrium. Now this is the new equilibrium with high input prices. Okay. So we'll do this small example. Then I think you can identify. Okay. Q is there. The equation is there. Okay. Here L means labor, K means capital. Okay. Rental fee, it gives as R, but here I didn't explain the words. I think one is missing here. W, yeah, rent. That means in two axes, let's say on versus rental. So that's why, because MRTS is changing in two ways. Okay. So anyway, I'll give this later on, okay, with the explanation. Again, W is there, rent was as a cost. See here, ISO cost. This is the I think these two calculations I'll give it simple, and because I just explained the wordings, I think it didn't say it clear. Okay, so here let's say the capital and labor. Okay, here you know this is the ISO cost curve. This is the isocont curve. This is the most efficient point. Okay. So see one ISO cost curve before, let's say 200 and after 220. So what is that? Means ISO cost is increasing. So input price should increase. So if the cost curve is 200 and 220. Okay? For 200, it increases 20. Got it? For 220. Then for 100, it is 10. Understood that one? So ISO cost curve, I think it's all greater marginal. These calculations I'll explain. Is cost. Here, did you clear that point? That means 10% increase in input prices. Let's say isocost curve before increase the input prices, isocost curve is 200. Same quantity along the curve, it's 200. But now it becomes 220. That means a 10% increase in input price. Is it clear? How isocost increased from 200 to 220 because input prices are increasing. Okay, so if it 20 for the 200 iso, see here, before it is 200, now it is 220. So 20 rupees more due to this increase in input price. Then is it clear? Now the percentage is 10. If you get the percentage 10, tell me if it's okay. Otherwise, I'll explain again. The imagine input prices are increasing. Due to that, isocost curve shifted from 200 to 200 and 220. So the input price increase percentage, is it clear? Because isocost curve shifted only for increase the input price. Just imagine. Just hypothesize that situation. If isocost curve shifted from 200 to 220, what is the percentage increase in input price? How it comes? Percentages are already given 10%. How it comes? Hello? I think 2 hours, 4 hours are more to do calculation, this type of somewhat complex graphs, no? Shall we continue this part tomorrow?
Yeah, madam, it's good.
Okay, yeah, I feel also tired now. Means continuously, because today also we did that after doing the strike, we started lectures now continuously. Now we are teaching here. So continuing, I mean, only theory is okay, but now I need to explain theory with the graph. So it takes time. So I'll make these all simple more and more, and I'll do tomorrow 6 to 10 clear. Is it okay to you all? But please understand the things we have done so far, the production curve and all calculations, read again and come tomorrow. Then it will be easy for you to understand cost components. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, thank you. Then let's meet tomorrow. Then after this portion, we have the remaining 3 sections we can finish within nearly 6 or 7 hours. Okay, then I think you can finish everything, theory portion and calculations, and you can practice. Madam, we submit the assignments on 30th. Okay, we have many assignments. Okay, it's up to you. For me, then shall we keep all? It's okay because 30th means your study leave period. That's why I thought just to take assignments before that. If you all are okay, I just extend the date 30th. Is it okay?
It's okay, madam, because we have another four assignments to submit on 28, madam.
Oh, really? Okay. That's why I thought your coordinator just let others to finish soon all assignments, because I stayed, I think, nearly 1 month without teaching to you all. So I think God, I thought you were, even though we didn't finish yet, no? Okay.
Yes, madam.
Okay, so shall we? So if your side no problem, we'll keep it at 30th, but please submit all. Okay, otherwise I can't. I don't have any document to give you marks. Okay, then we'll meet tomorrow 6 p.m. 6 to 10. We'll try our best to continue with fresh mind, but please come up with preparation. Okay, read the previous one, what we learned, and come up with many questions. Then maybe others also don't can't understand, but they are reluctant to ask questions. The students who are actually intelligent, they are asking questions because they are critically evaluate the situation and asking questions. Okay, so that is the way of learning. Every time be curious. Why is this? Why is this? Okay, then other students also getting benefits. Okay, then thank you very much, and we'll meet tomorrow. Good night.
Okay, madam.
Thank you, madam. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Good night, madam.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Good night.
Recording.